So if you want greatness, prepare yourself. It won't come while you're comfortable. It won't come while you're surrounded by distractions. It won't come if you're not ready to let go of the things you love in exchange for the thing you were born to do. Sacrifice is not punishment. It's the secret weapon. Because once you pay the price, once you give everything you have, life has no choice but to reward you. And when you finally stand on top, when the world finally recognizes your greatness, you will know deep inside alone, it wasn't talent, it wasn't luck, it was sacrifice that made it possible. Everyone you carry is proof that life tried to break you. The betrayal, the rejection, the failures, the moments when people laughed at you or doubted you, those are scars written on your soul. Most people see their wounds as reasons to stop, reasons to hide, reasons to give up. But champions, they see their wounds as fuel. They don't run from pain. They become obsessed with turning it into strength. That's the difference. Obsession doesn't let your wounds define you. It uses them to sharpen you into something unbreakable. Obsession is fire. When you're obsessed, you don't just remember your wounds. You study them, you feel them, you burn with them. You replay the rejection, the insult, the failure, not to pity yourself, but to remind yourself why you can't stop. That's what makes obsession dangerous. It takes your darkest moments and flips them into weapons. The pain that was supposed to destroy you becomes the energy that pushes you further than anyone else is willing to go. While others hide from their wounds, you turn yours into the very reason you rise. Without obsession, wounds just stay wounds. They rot, they weaken you, they make you bitter. But with obsession, wounds become reminders of what you must do. They become fuel for your training, fuel for your discipline, fuel for your hunger. Every scar tells you never again, never quit, never give in. And that fire drives you through walls others can't even touch. The truth is, greatness is never born from comfort. It's always born from wounds turned into power by obsession. Obsession doesn't care how many times you've failed. It doesn't care who doubted you. It doesn't care how much pain you've carried. It only cares about one thing, moving forward no matter what. People will call it unhealthy. They'll say you're addicted. They'll say you've lost balance. But they don't understand. They don't know what it means to feel wounds so deep that the only way to survive is to turn them into obsession. And obsession, once lit, is unstoppable. It makes you outwork, outlast, and outfight anyone in your way. So when life wounds you, don't waste time asking, why me? Take those wounds, burn them into your memory, and let them drive you like nothing else can. Let obsession turn your pain into fuel. Let it turn your scars into armor. Let it turn your losses into hunger. Because obsession is the alchemy of champions. It transforms suffering into strength, rejection into resilience, wounds into weapons. And when that transformation is complete, nothing and no one can stop you. Doubt will always be there. People will doubt you. Circumstances will doubt you. Even your own mind will whisper, you can't do it. But doubt is only temporary. What outlasts it? What crushes it is discipline. Because discipline doesn't rely on feelings. It doesn't ask for motivation, wait for confidence. Discipline is action repeated over and over, even when your heart is heavy and your mind is screaming to quit. That's why discipline wins. It doesn't care about doubt. It just keeps moving forward. When you live with discipline, you train when you don't feel like it. You work when no one is watching. You show up on days when your body says no and your mind says no, but your willpower says yes. And that repetition, the daily commitment, builds a wall so strong that doubt can't break it. You don't destroy doubt in one day. You strangle it slowly with every disciplined action you take. Each small step, each small effort, each small sacrifice becomes a hammer, breaking down the lies doubt tries to feed you. Doubt, it rises and falls. One day you feel strong. The next you feel broken. But discipline is stable. It doesn't bend to moods. It doesn't collapse under pressure. Discipline is the engine that keeps running no matter how the weather changes. That's why disciplined people win, because they don't let emotions decide their future. They let habits, routines, and consistency carry them past the storms of self-doubt. Discipline becomes their shield, their anchor, their weapon. Pain is not just suffering. It's a question life throws at you. How much can you take before you break? Every time you're knocked down, every time you're betrayed, every time you feel like the world has turned its back on you. That's not punishment. That's the exam. Life is not testing your comfort. It's testing your spirit. And most people fail, not because they're weak, but because they mistake pain for defeat. Pain is not defeat. Pain is the battlefield where warriors are born. When the body aches, when the mind screams, when the soul feels empty, this is the exact moment when your true spirit shows up. Anybody can smile when everything is easy. Anybody can put lights are on when the crowd is cheering. But when it's dark, when no one is clapping, when your own doubts attack you, that's when pain becomes your teacher. And if you listen carefully, it whispers, Show me who you are. A pain separates the dreamers from the doors. Some people let pain crush them into excuses. They say, it's too hard. It's not fair. I can't do it. And they stay down forever. But the ones who understand the truth, they see pain as a sign. They say, this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is my spirit being sharpened like a sword. Pain doesn't just test you. It shapes you into someone you never thought you could be. Think about it. Every champion, every leader, every legend has scars you'll never see. They've faced nights of doubt, dates of despair, moments of despair where quitting felt easier than fighting. But instead of quitting, they embraced pain. They turned it into energy. They let it fuel their obsession. That's why their spirit is unshackable, because it has been tested, broken, rebuilt, and hardened again and again. So when pain knocks at your door, don't hide, don't run. Stand tall and let it come, because pain is not your enemy. It's the gateway to your greatness. It's the exam every champion must pass. And if you endure, if you hold on, if you refuse to let it break your spirit, then life itself will bow down to you. Because the strongest spirit is not the one that never felt pain, but the one that survived it, faced it, and rose undefeated. Greatness has never been free. It has never been cheap. It has never been given to anyone by chance. The truth is simple. If you want to stand above the rest, you must pay a price most people are unwilling to pay. And that price is sacrifice. You can't have comfort and greatness at the same time. You can't chase pleasure and chase history at the same time. Greatness demands that you give up the things that hold you back, the distractions, the excuses, the easy path that everyone else runs to. Sacrifice is the entry fee, and without it, the doors of greatness will never open for you. Sacrifice means saying no when your heart wants to say yes. It means choosing the grind over the party, the training over the comfort, the discipline over the pleasure. When everyone else is relaxing, you're still working. When everyone else is celebrating, you're preparing for the next battle. That's the reality. People will call you obsessed. They will call you crazy. They will not understand your choices. But that's because they don't understand the price of greatness. The world will never see the hours you gave up, the nights you didn't sleep, the friendships and moments you had to leave behind. But the results will speak louder than anything. Sacrifice is lonely. Don't expect applause. Don't expect support. Don't expect people to hold your hand and cheer for you as you walk through the fire. Many times you'll be walking alone. But remember this. Loneliness is the arena of growth. It's in those silent hours when you are grinding alone, when the world is asleep, that greatness is quietly being built. You're paying the price with every rep, every tear, every drop of sweat. Sacrifice strips away comfort so that only strength remains. The truth is, you can't have it all. You can't be everything to everyone and still rise above everyone. Something must be given up. Maybe it's your time. Maybe it's your money. Maybe it's your social life. Maybe it's your comfort. But one thing is certain, the higher you aim, the more you will have to sacrifice. People want the glory without the grind. They want the trophy without the training. They want the crown without the cross. But life doesn't work that way. Every champion, every legend, every unstoppable figure in history had to pay the price, and it was sacrifice that made their victories possible. The greatest victories don't belong to the most talented or the most confident. They belong to the most disciplined. Because talent without discipline dies under pressure, and confidence without discipline fades when the crowd goes quiet. But discipline outlasts everything. When talent doubts itself, discipline still works. When confidence disappears, discipline still shows up. That's why discipline is unbreakable. It never betrays you, never fails you. It keeps going, and in the end, it beats every doubt, every fear, every weakness. So when doubt comes knocking, and it always will, don't waste energy arguing with it. Don't try to fight it with emotions. Fight it with discipline. Get up, do the work, keep moving forward. Let your actions speak for you. Doubt can scream, doubt can mock, doubt can try to shake you, but it cannot outlast someone who refuses to quit. Discipline doesn't just silence doubt. It buries it. And once you've buried your doubt with discipline, nothing can stop you from reaching greatness. Victory is not an accident. It's not a gift. It's not handed down because of luck or talent. Victory belongs to one kind of person, the relentless, the ones who refuse to stop, who refuse to surrender, who refuse to accept defeat as the final word. Relentless people may bleed, they may fall, they may suffer, but they never stay down. They don't wait for permission. They don't ask for guarantees. They just keep moving forward until life has no choice but to give them what they demand. That's why victory always bows to relentlessness. Relentlessness means playing when you're tired, working when you're broken, and showing up when everything inside you screams to quit. Most people stop when they're tired. The relentless keep going until the job is done. Most people stop when they feel pain. The relentless use pain as fuel. Most people stop when they fail once or twice. The relentless see failure as training, as preparation, as a step toward success. That's why so few ever taste true victory, because relentlessness is rare and victory does not belong to the majority. The truth is, victory doesn't care about how talented you are or how many resources you had. It doesn't care about your excuses, your comfort, or your reasons. Victory only cares about one thing: who is still standing at the end. And the relentless are always standing because they refuse to give up. They keep swinging when their arms ache. They keep running when their legs burn. They keep fighting when the world says it's over. Victory respects that kind of spirit. It bends only to those who will not break. Relentlessness is a mindset. It's the decision that says, no matter how many times I fail, I will try again. No matter how many times I'm pushed down, I will rise again. No matter how heavy this weight gets, I will carry it until I win. This mindset makes you untouchable. People can laugh at you, doubt you, even betray you. But if you are relentless, none of it matters. Because relentlessness does not stop for noise, does not stop for pain, does not stop for anything. It only stops when victory is in your hands. So remember this: victory does not belong to the fastest starter or the strongest player or the most gifted mind. It belongs to the last one standing, the relentless warrior who refused to quit when everyone else did. Be that warrior, be relentless, because when you choose relentlessness, victory has no choice but to choose you.